Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah from Teacher is Happy, and today I thought I would do a classroom tour. Now with everything that's going on at the moment, I had to change my classroom from what it was looking like back to its original look, because again, with everything that's going on at the moment, we are doing smaller groups and things. It's just essential workers kids that are here at the moment, and yeah, so it looked a little bit different with all the separate desks. So I put them back to the way that they looked at the start of the year to give you a bit more of an insight what my classroom looks like, not in this weird time that is at the moment. As you come in the room, these doors actually all open out. I'll insert a clip of how I open these out. This outdoor space is for all of us to use. Year 2, year 3 are all on this level. As you come into the room, it is very fancy. Just FYI, lots of people have been like, oh, you're working at a private school. No, this is a public school. We're in a brand new building as of this year. We're so lucky to have such wonderful facilities. Very lucky. Trust me, I know that. I feel very lucky to be working here. So this is a very future focused looking room. The desks are all whiteboards, which is really, really cool because you can write on them, collaborate on them, move them, change them. It's very cool. So I'll show you kind of my desk setup and then all the different parts of my room. So the first kind of desk setups that I have are collaborative group tables. I've got my boomerang desk, which is for guided reading and kind of just support for kids that need someone to sit with them for a good portion of the day. I have these desks kind of set up kind of like collaborative desks, but also it frees up a lot of floor space by having them kind of like this. I don't know how to explain that. We also have some floor desks with some cushions. We've got a bean bag to sit in the corner for the reading corner, but you can just sit and work there as well with a clipboard. I've also got this little conference table. It's kind of you can sit with me and discuss your work, your goals and things separate from this desk. I've set up my desk so there's so much floor space because I love kids sitting on the floor for explicit and then going back to their tables. They're less distracted. I feel like they're more engaged in collaborativeness and collaborativeness, is that a word? Being collaborative and cooperation with putting up their hands for questioning and things, and they're close to our learning intentions so they can see clearly what they need to do. We always build our success criteria together unless it's some really set thing for an assessment. So I'm really lucky I've got all this whiteboard space to do that. Along this wall, we have our word wall, which is bare at the moment because we just finished the topic. A big thing about what I wanted to do this year was actually not keep too many displays up that weren't relevant. I know I'm not 100% good at that, but I'm trying to be a little bit better. So our word wall's actually blank at the moment because it's very topic based. We've got our literacy centers with our little Pokemon people, because that's kind of the names of our groups, our what's on today visual timetable, and this is a boggle wall that I just did with washi tape because I didn't want to laminate and make cards if I didn't end up using it, but I have been using that pretty frequently. It's really easy to just rub off the letters and write them back on. I've also got all this really cool, this is all whiteboard space, so it's Whiteboard City. Whiteboard space, so much whiteboard space, and these actually double as doors, so you can open them into your neighbour's classroom. Oh, and we can do team teaching. I'm not going to show you their classroom because that's a bit rude. But yeah, so you can open them out and do teaching with your neighbours. I can do that on this side as well. I only really use this door and teach with this neighbour because our neighbour's year 3, year 2. Obviously year 2 work together. You don't really do much cross stage. We've got a goal getters wall where we put up goals and we keep track of them by putting stamps on them every time they're achieved. Once they're achieved 3 times, they can pull it down, stick it in their book and start a new goal. I've been trying to not overdo it with the goals because I think I did that last year. I had 3 goals and we weren't really hitting all 3 goals at the same time. So it's important to just pick and choose what works for you. I've got this awesome mirror that I love. Last year I used to write quotes all over it. This year I'm too nervous about it falling off the wall, so I've stuck post-its on it this time that the kids can actually take off if they need for the day, or just look at it and go, I am this. I'm really about the power of positive thinking and feeling good about yourself, because if you feel good about yourself, you produce better work. I've also got a learning intentions wall that's really easy to scrub off and write on and update pretty frequently, so it's not just things going on the wall to never be touched again. I know we've got some quotes and stuff. I'm sorry, I know that might not be exactly following the rules as to not posting things up that aren't important. I still like some color. I think I'm always going to be like that. So until someone tells me otherwise, I'm probably going to have those quotes and fun things up just to brighten up the room a little bit. Otherwise, it is very white and blue. We do have obviously a Promethean board where we can, it's like an interactive whiteboard. I've got my reading group stuff set up, ignore my ring light. Also got a reading corner where the kids can do dear time or just have a relaxing space to jump on their laptop and do their own work. All of our stationery is communal, so we don't have like a set seat with our pencil case. We're constantly moving around, constantly using the space for its collaborative purposes, especially when we go into other classrooms or we open up the big doors to collaborate with others. There's always a pencil ready for the kids to work. We've also got this little outdoor area. I'll open up the doors so I can show you. Out there we have an extra set of working space, so we can have like a quiet group out there, maybe working with a support teacher. We've also got a really cool withdrawal room where we can have support in there as well. We have lots of EALD kids brand new to the country, so sometimes they get withdrawn to do some work with their language teacher. Got all these wonderful spaces to use, including our Makerspace, which I know all the chairs are up because it's the end of the day at school, so just bear with me on it. It's such a good area to bring everyone out to do art and science and to collaborate with other classrooms as well. As you can see, I don't have a traditional desk currently. I do have a standing desk that can be moved around, trying to declutter my life with that. However, I have found it a bit tricky when I have so many like things that I use, pencil pots, things like that. So I've installed this like ladder, almost like a ladder shelf, where I can put all those things on it to make free up that space and not clutter my desk again. So that's behind me. It's beautiful. It's got my hand sanitizer, very important this time of year. Now this classroom is not set up for what I'm currently doing in the room, which is very separated desk, very minimal contact. Obviously, I've set it up how I would normally if I was teaching in a normal environment, which I'm not at the moment. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into what is going to come out on the other side of everything that's going on. Hopefully we can go back to collaborative learning and use of the same resources and all those things. I look forward to when this time is over so we can go back and I can have my kids again, because it's not fun teaching to a class of only so many and not hearing all those voices every day. So yeah, it's been a bit tricky, but hopefully we can get through it soon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my really random classroom setup tour. I know it was a little bit thrown together with everything that's going on, but I really appreciate it, and hopefully it can give you some respite from whatever you're doing in this time. I hope it was fun. I hope it was colourful. I hope it gave you some ideas maybe, and for watching this one. Thank you kindly.